Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow with Kit. So in today's video I'm going to show you a really easy way to do some microgreens at home. You can do these on the kitchen windowsill. So I've got two types. For the first ones I'm going to use these peas. You get these in the supermarket, they come in packs. These are just dried peas, marrowfat peas, so you can get them really cheaply. They're about 50p for 200 gram box. And we're also going to give the sunflower seeds a go. So these are just the ones you get in the bird food packets. This cost about £2.99 I think. And that's a kilogram there, so you can get loads out of them. So I'm not really buying anything. The seeds and that I already had. And I'm just going to use takeaway tubs. But you can use any sort of container. Just make sure it's got some drainage in the bottom. And if it hasn't got a lid, you can just put some cling film across the top. So anyway guys, if you're interested and you want to see how it goes, I'll get back to you in a second and we'll get started. Okay guys, so we're just using these simple takeaway tubs, and I've just melted some holes in the bottom for drainage, and I've put some holes in the lid. So we fill this about halfway with some compost, just about a centimetre or so, and then we're using these marrowfat peas for the first one. These are available in the supermarket. They're dried marrowfat peas, so we're just doing a single layer of peas. Just make sure they're not all on top of each other. Spread them out as best you can, and then we're going to cover them over with about another centimetre or so of compost. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as they're all covered up they should be fine. And then we just level off the compost and gently firm it down, and lastly we just give them a good water. You want to water them evenly and well, but don't soak them completely, because you'll encourage them to go rotten. And then we'll put the lid on and keep these somewhere relatively warm, probably on a sunny windowsill somewhere, and you can label them if you want to. So now we're going to be doing the sunflower seeds. These are the sunflowers that you get for bird food. They're really cheap, and they're exactly the same thing as what you would buy. So it's the exact same process with these. Fill the tub up with soil, and then a single layer of sunflower seeds. Don't leave any gaps, just a complete layer of seeds. And then we will again cover them with some soil or compost, whatever you're using. It will work with both soil or compost. And then we'll just level it off and press it down lightly and give it a water. Again, don't overdo it with the water, but make sure it's evenly moist, and label it if you want to. So these should take about anywhere from 2 to 4 days to start sprouting, germinating. So I'll get back to you. So this is day 3 now. They've just started to germinate. So I'll quickly show you each one. So these are the peas. As you can see, they've all started to sprout underneath the soil. That's a good thing about the see-through containers, is that you can see what's going on. And the sunflower seeds, there's no sign of these poking through yet, but you can see they're starting to push the compost up. So we know something's happening. So if you look on the side, you can see them all starting to sprout. So they'll be breaking the surface in another day or 2. So we're going to leave these uncovered now and put them back on the sunny windowsill in the kitchen. They don't need a massive amount of light, but they do need some light. It just helps them to grow upwards. So this is day 5 now, and you can see there's a lot more going on now. A lot more of them have started to sprout and break the surface of the compost. So these are peas. Sometimes they do push themselves out, and you can just poke them back down gently. Don't worry too much, they tend to sort themselves out. These are the sunflowers. A lot of the shells will stay on, but eventually they will fall off, or you can just pick them off once they've come up. So we'll give these another few days, and we'll get back to them again. So all you need to do now is just water them whenever they get dry. Okay, so this is day 7 now. So these are the peas. You could start harvesting some of the bigger ones from now onwards. When they get to about 3 or 4 inches, it's perfect time to start harvesting them. But I'm going to leave these for now until a few more have come up. Notice how half of them have come up quicker. That's because it's the side which is away from the windowsill, which is warmer than the other half. So if you rotate the tub, they'll be fine. See, these are the sunflowers with the shells on. They do fall off on their own in a few days, but you can just take them off if you want to harvest them. So we'll get back to these again in another few days. Okay, so this is day 10 now, and these are all pretty much ready to be harvested now. So these are the peas here. The ones that haven't come up will come up eventually, so you can take your first harvest off of these, take all these big ones off, and then put them back, and a few more days you can harvest them again. So this is about the right size. You can chop these up and put them into stir fries, or use them sort of as you would spinach and other greens. They're quite tasty, some of them. I've not tried the sunflower ones before, so it'll be interesting. As you see now, most of the shells have started coming off of the sunflowers, and these are about the right size to harvest now. 3 or 4 inches is about the right size, just before the true leaves start coming through. So again, I'm going to harvest these today. You can just pick the shells off, and then we will put them back, because a lot of the ones underneath will then come up afterwards, after you've taken the bigger ones out. Right, so I've just took the first harvest from these. These are going into a stir fry, or in the fridge. They'll last a few days. You can use them later. And these ones that we haven't harvested, the smaller ones, we'll leave them to grow on a little bit more, and the ones that are all in the middle will come up eventually. So you'll probably be able to get 2 or 3 harvests off of these. And with the peas, they may start resprouting from the bottoms, so you may even be able to keep chopping these whenever they come up. Alright. Okay everyone, so that's it for today. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you understood it. If you've got any questions, just leave a comment down below, and I always answer my comments. If you did like the video, if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. And if you haven't done so already, if you could subscribe, that'd be fantastic. So anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you on the next episode. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you later.